You used to do a voice warm-up?
Yeah. La 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 la. Hi everyone, my name's Nika Marcello. I'm the National Training Manager for Estee Lauder. I'm really excited today because we're going to talk all things concealer, learn about the different formulas, when to use it, how to use it. So let's get started. So when it comes to selecting a concealer shade, it really depends on what you're wanting to conceal. If it's underneath the eyes, you're best to opt for 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation shade. This depends though if you only have a light coverage that you need to conceal underneath the eyes, but if you have dark circles, so anywhere from a purple to greenish tone, you really need to counteract that colour first before you conceal. So think of peaches that counteract any kind of purple underneath the eye, and then you'll use your concealer in your skin tone 1 to 2 shades lighter to brighten up the complexion underneath the eye as well. If you're concealing a blemish, it's really important to choose concealer tone the same as your foundation shade, because you really want to conceal and hide the blemish. You don't want to give any highlight to it, so it's really important not to choose a concealer shade that's lighter, because you don't want to draw attention to your pimples. You need to actually conceal them. So a really good tip when you're choosing under eye concealer, if you hold a little bit of darkness, it's really important to actually neutralise that colour first before you apply a concealer, because quite often we're applying concealers in the same shade as our skin tone and it ends up looking really ashy underneath the eye. So it's important to neutralise the colour first with something like a peach tone corrector, and then apply on top with a concealer that's in your shade or 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. A really good tip is to check what colour your veins are. So if they're a green, you tend to be more of a warm tone, and if they're blue, you tend to be more of a cooler tone. When choosing a concealer for your skin type, when it comes to oily skin, you want to look for a product that is oil-free and has long wear staying power so it doesn't slip. If you have dry skin, you want to look for hydrating benefits in your concealer. So those that are loaded with skincare benefits are going to be really great for dry skin. When choosing a concealer for combination skin, it depends where you want to conceal. So if you want to conceal your cheek area, it's quite often dry with the combination skin, you want to look for a concealer with hydrating benefits. If you want to conceal in your T-zone area, look for a formula that's oil-free, has long wear power so it doesn't slip during the day. So concealers don't need to be used just to conceal or hide. So when using a concealer as a highlighter, you really want to concentrate on accentuating your best features. So you can see now with Jo, we've just applied it onto the tops of the cheekbone, down the bridge of the nose, above the brow bone, Cupid's bow, and just underneath the chin to give her that beautiful, subtle highlight. Another great tip is this doe foot applicator. The flat side of it allows you to conceal and brighten large areas of the face, and the targeted point at the end allows you to get to those really hard areas that you need to conceal, like the inner corner of the eyes and just above the Cupid's bow. So when concealing blemishes, it's really important to choose the right tool to apply the concealer with. You don't want to use your finger because our fingers have natural oils and you're going to keep forever picking up the product off the blemish. So you want to use a brush, such as a synthetic brush, that's going to directly and precisely place the product over the blemish. But when you're using concealer for highlighting, it's great to use your fingers, as the warmth of your fingers really helps the product melt into the skin, making you look really flawless and has that airbrush feel. So the best way to prevent creasing underneath the eye when you're applying concealer is to apply an eye cream before, but you need to allow enough time for that eye cream to absorb before you apply your concealer. Or you can opt for a product that has a dual-ended, so it has a serum with a concealer. So when applying concealer underneath the eye, it's great if you just apply a small triangle underneath the eye, so bring it a little bit down on the cheek. And it's really important not to apply the concealer all the way up to the lower lash line. This tends to close the eyes, so if you're wanting a more awake appearance and larger eyes, it's really important to keep it away from the bottom lash line. If you need a little bit of a pick-me-up in the afternoon, rather than applying the entire concealer again, I like to just pop a little bit of concealer right at the corner of the eye, which really lifts it. All you need is a small dot and just blend that in. This is a really good trick to really help brighten up the eye area. Another great tip when it comes to concealing underneath the eye is to mix your concealer with your eye cream. You're going to get the added benefits of the eye cream. It's actually going to help your concealer from creasing, and also it's going to give you that wide awake, more hydrated, fresh look. So as you can see, concealer can look quite natural if you use the right techniques and formulas for your skin type. So we've actually only used the one concealer on Jo's complexion today. We've used the Radiant Concealer all over the face. It's a hydrating formula, so it gives the skin that luminosity and radiance with looking natural all at the same time. Thanks for joining us to learn all things concealers. If you have any comments, please leave them in the box. No. If you have any questions, what is wrong with me?
Okay. If you have any questions about concealer, just leave them there. We'll answer them.
So thanks for joining us to learn all things concealers. See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.